Tubers! Working on the bug today. It's snowing. Should not be snowing this early. Way too early to be snowing. What we're doing on the bug today, we're going to be draining the oil out of it. Cleaning up the engine some. I brought my vacuum over. I don't have power out here. I'm using a power inverter off my truck. That should be able to power it. It's time to drain the oil out of this guy. Find the right socket size here. Not quite. There we go. Alright, using a 13/16 socket on it. Yes, I know it's not metric, but this kit that I have doesn't go large in the metric sizes, and I have found that even if it is a metric nut or bolt or whatever, usually an SAE or Imperial will work. Ah! Well, that's dandy. No oil came out of it. Alrighty, tubers, let's see if we can get you a good video going on down here. This is not looking promising. First of all I see is sludge. Second of all, I've been seeing water, which is really bad. I've got one more bolt back there. It's stuck. It's not the bolt really, but the seal, the copper seal. Without marring anything up. Hey, look, there's some oil. It is pure sludge, but hey, we got some oil. Oh, that is gross. That is gross. Looks like caramel. It smells really old and like fuel. That's getting all sorts of messages on my phone today. Yeah. That's fun. Okay, go ahead and get that rest of that guy off of there. Good. Yeah. Hey, anybody want some? I'm sharing. Good 30-year-old oil. I think I figured out where our oil was. Oh, man! That is some nastiness right there. Good thing is yes, there was water in it, but it was at the bottom. If I'm correct, I believe so. Water sits on the bottom. Oil will sit on top of water instead of the other way around. And there was oil in there, so there was protection between the water and the block. But still, that's not not necessarily disheartening, but like I said before, this sat for, or has been sitting for 25 to 30 years, from what I can understand. The title, took a picture of it, but the title was actually signed in 1991 to the new owner, who never got it changed over. I think that's when it went to the what I was told, the Volkswagen farm. I guess it's just a place with a whole bunch of Volkswagens. But yeah, there's some chunky oil there. Thankfully, I really don't see any metal shavings, so that is good. No metal shavings to be seen, but for that much sludge to be going on, you have not been changing your oil, or at least have not been opening up that screen. So it's just been, open up the oil drain, drain out the oil, that can, that has the ability to, and then moving on, and it's been needing a lot more than just an oil change. See, there's that screen I was talking about. Oof. Yeah, so I'm going to be probably reusing that screen if I can, and at least for now. I've looked at replacements, and a lot of them just don't hold up to hold a candle to these original ones, so that's where I've looked at least. But yeah, it smells like fuel for sure. And as far as the carburetor's concerned, because I know now you're wondering about the carburetor, the carburetor is stuck. That is the throttle I'm trying to open with one finger. I just don't want to get it all oily, as you can see. That's after working it over with some carb cleaner about 2 weeks ago. Alright, tubers, those plugs are really quite clean. This is from the rear left, this is from the front left, this is from the right rear, or right front, and this is from the right rear. They're pretty good. No rust, which is a very good sign. This side's pretty clean. This side's a little more on the rich side. That one plug was the darkest out of them, which is kind of normal on these guys. But gonna go ahead. I got everything set up to crank the engine, see how it sounds. Gonna go ahead and put you on a camera stand here and crank the engine over. Alrighty, so just a quick show you how. This is how I've got it set up inside. Got the jumper box here. I got a positive lead coming off of the positive side, negative side's over there, connected to the frame. I unplugged the signal wire right here. It comes from the key and goes into here. It goes into the starter solenoid. And I've got this guy plugged in. This is just a really cheap one from Harbor Freight, and they're okay. They work. That's all that matters. They're not really going to carry any heavy load anyways. So we're going to go ahead and turn the power on here and see if she turns over. Turn the power on here and see if she turns over. And see if she turns over. Alright, see what happens when I go hit the button. Come back there and see at the same time. Oh, there you go. So she does turn over. Sounds to be okay. Let's go ahead and get the spark plugs back in there. Get everything put back together and see what happens. Next thing I'm going to do is check for oil pressure. I'll show you how to do that. I will be putting an aftermarket oil pressure sensor on this. I want to be able to read my oil pressure up front instead of it just being in idiot light or dummy light. I want to know what's going on with my engine while I'm running. So I'll show you that later on, way later on in the series. But yeah, let's go ahead and get it back together. I still need to do a little bit of cleaning over here. I cleaned both sides with that brake cleaner, and I'm pretty happy with it, but there's still some surface grime. And I went and grabbed my little pressure washer today and realized I don't have my scrub brush for the pressure washer. Not the pressure washer, parts cleaner, solvent tank. I don't have my scrubber brush, so I'm gonna have to wait on that. And yeah, see you in a little bit, tubers. Alright, tubers, so we've got this guy getting put back together now. Went ahead, I brought my parts washer down here. It has a dead motor. That motor is no good. It kind of sucks, but that's what you get for a $20 parts washer. I don't know if it could be my inverter that I'm using, and it's got a different sine wave than what that motor wants. I know my other electronics don't like that inverter. That might be what's gone on with this. But went ahead and ladled some of this out, put it in a sprayer. Went ahead and cleaned all this up. Pretty clean now. There's really no more garbage coming out of here. I went ahead and scrubbed it. I actually went and got a lug nut brush, and it works perfectly to scrub both sides of the rockers in here, you know, on these, and actually get down and around this the springs. That worked perfectly to wash those up. I'm pretty happy with that. But yes, I've been, or really should be, wearing gloves. I'm not right now, but I was earlier, just not right now. But yeah, been spraying this out. You can actually see a lot of the garbage has been coming up from here just from running. But I'm gonna go ahead and button this guy up. We're gonna get the rest of the seal off of where that goes. Gonna install the screen and bottom back in. This is after cleaning it up in a solvent tank and really soaking it. It took a long time to really get it this clean, but I am pretty happy with that. So gonna go ahead and throw that guy back on with new seals, torque the little, these guys right here all the way around. They I looked online, they said 5 foot-pounds of torque all the way around. So gonna go ahead and get this guy back on there. Get this guy filled up with some oil. I'm gonna put some Marvel mystery oil in the oil as well to help with clean up some of the varnish and garbage, and then put the new oil filter on, and then go ahead and see if we can get it cranked up, see if we can get it started. Did inspect the points on this. They do look pretty dirty, so I'm hoping we've got some spark, but if not, I'm gonna guess it's points of condenser. So alright, let's get to it, tubers. Let's get her button back.